Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live programs. Thank you for joining us today. Our channel is dedicated to bringing performances and events from international artists delivered to the audiences around the globe. Thank you for joining us this afternoon in our ColORCHESTRA auditions. I am your host, James Welch, and we are presenting more ColORCHESTRA auditions this afternoon. Just a few minutes ago, we ended up our first session of the day where we heard wonderful auditions for the Cairo Opera Orchestra and the Butler Philharmonic. This afternoon, we are hearing auditions for the Bohuslav Martinu Philharmonic in the Czech Republic, the Royal Philharmonic in London, and the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra in the Philippines. Auditionees from many countries are seeking guidance and support from the judges through live comments, which you will hear after each performance today. The ColORCHESTRA worldwide auditions are organized by artist ventures, Sound Espressivo, progressive musicians, and virtual concert halls in collaboration with Price Attractions, Vocal Arts Management, and Ciccerone Music and Art. But we also have so many other wonderful supporters that help and contribute their time and resources and everything, their hearts and souls, into these productions, and we can't thank them enough. You can see all our whole village up on the screen there. We are also... I have lost my spot. Excuse me. Okay, so in continuing that collaboration and showing where it all started, we have a fun trailer that we can see right now from Sound Espressivo. Enjoy.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Espressivo Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. Get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.
The goal of these auditions is to encourage, nurture, and reward musicians who are proactive about sharing their art and developing their careers. We here together are providing opportunities for musicians to discover their unique artistic voice, take initiative, present themselves on their own terms, and carve out their own career paths. There are never any restrictions as to how many auditions or opportunities you can take advantage of as an aspiring musician, and we are here to provide as many of those opportunities as possible for developing aspiring artists and professionals. We are expanding our reach, and we stream all of these auditions and our shows on these platforms here. We are live streaming right now, and this is interactive, so if you want to leave a comment or have a question, I think the best place to do that is on our YouTube channel. You just go there, leave the comment. One of our tech wizards can put it up on the screen and we can respond. Or if you just want to say something nice to one of the performers, we can put that up there as well. So don't be shy. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. Let us know who you are and that you're out there, and we will appreciate that. So let's see a short video of some of our past ColORCHESTRA concerts and some that are coming up in the future. Enjoy. We invite musicians, educators, publishers, media managers, artists, and many others to share their insights to help musicians and everybody navigate the modern and frankly very confusing world of music. If you were not here earlier to hear our earlier auditions or anything from previously shown this weekend, you may go to our YouTube and Vimeo channels and catch up. There's a lot of great music played by great musicians doing great musical things that you don't want to miss. So check us out there. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. I can't say that enough. Okay, so with that, I'd like to bring the judges back in. The judges are no rookies here to our operation today. We have Dikran Atamian, or Jack Price, founder of Price Attractions and first prize winner of the Naumburg competition. We have Nevart Andrisian from the Armenian National Opera, who is a fabulous conductor and educator and winner of many fabulous awards. And then we have Maestro Gevorg Sargsyan, Ministry of Culture, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, also director of music hubs and conductors, and wonderful conductor, recipient of many awards. And we welcome you all here today. Great to have you back here. How's it going?
Very well.
It's like we were just here 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got quite the marathon going on here today. Well, it's great to have you all back, and we're gonna since we've been together for 3 hours already, we're gonna skip the small talk and get right to the performing. What do you say?
Sounds good. I say let's
Wonderful.
do this.
Great. So we have first up Amelia Lee, and she'll be performing the Mozart Concerto number 17, K 453, first movement, and she is auditioning for the Bohuslav Philharmonic today. Amelia, welcome back to our virtual stage. Break a leg. Bravo! Bravo, Amelia. It's so nice to keep hearing you play this beautiful rendition over and over and over, and it just keeps getting more and more beautiful. Thank you for bringing us to our stage again today. And I'm going to turn this over to the judges here, and maybe I will have Jack Price first.
It's perfect. I mean, I have absolutely nothing to say. I've heard it, many times now, and it's just, he's right. It gets better and better. It's the most tasteful, sensitive, coloristic. It's not too much color for the style. It's absolutely perfect. Perfection.
Wonderful. Wow. Jack is speechless. Good job. Okay, we're going to turn that over to Gevorg next.
Well, if Jack is saying it's perfect, who am I to say otherwise? Look, Amelia, I think what I really like is that, I mean, you can imagine Mozart is something that we'll grow up with, and this is like, twinkle, twinkle, little star kind of music, right? But what I really like is that I hear some freshness in it. You were not predictable, and I think as a conductor, I really like that part, that you're not predictable. Although I know you've studied it over and over, you know it very well and all that, but the colors, or maybe it's a very good connection as well. It was very how do I put it, refreshing. One of the reasons why I actually like working with young musicians is because it's always coming up with something fresh. You know what is Instagram, and people of my age, when we were 10-year-old, we didn't know what's that. So there's a difference. So from that point, I really like it. From pianistic perspective, I'm not going to comment as a pianist because I'm not. But as a conductor, I like it, and I will be happy to work with you.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Thank you, Gevorg. And last but not least, Navart.
Well, I agree with my colleagues. I will just say one thing. Think about something that I will say you. You are very young. I understand there is a lot of things that you cannot manage. It's normal. But just one thing. Sometimes you don't hear the harmony of your left hand. And you are always with the melody and melodic chromatism, everything. But don't lose it. Yeah? When accord is coming, you be with the accord. Yeah?
Yeah.
There is a balance between accord and melody. That's it. Otherwise, I'm agree with Georg and Jack. It's perfect.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
Wonderful. Amelia, did you have anything you wanted to ask or add or say?
Thank you so much. Just everyone, just being here, listening to me. Just the time, giving me your time to just listen to me, and the comment is always very helpful. Thank you.
You're
Our
welcome.
pleasure. Our pleasure. That's
Our pleasure.
what we're here to do, and to
Very
help
nice.
every musician grow and find their own path. And it's definitely evident that you are on a great journey here, and we appreciate you bringing us along with you. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, best wishes. And with that, we will move on to our next pianist. We have a lot of pianists in these auditions here. We have Lucia Tang performing the Mendelssohn Concerto in D minor first movement, and she'll be auditioning for the Royal Philharmonic. Lucia, welcome to the virtual stage. Break a leg. Bravo, Lucia.
Good job.
Bravo. So wonderful to hear you play. And I will turn this over to the judges here. And why don't we start with Jack Price?
That was great. Beautiful performance. You rarely hear this concerto. A few people play it, but it's not played very often, and you played it very beautifully. Introspectively, I like the way you moved the melodic stuff to the downbeat constantly. Excellent. You didn't make a big deal out of everything going to the downbeat, but the downbeat was important, and you did it consistently, which is rare. Usually it's a mistake. It gives me the impression that you know what you're doing all the time, which is a good thing. Sometimes in the octave sections, it's a little vertical. They could be more melodic. Yup, up, 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 not so. Yeah, that. A little. It's a little bit vertical, not too much. The sonorities were very good. They could be a little bigger sometimes. It's very, very, nitpicky little nonsense stuff. The opening could be a little bit more improvisatory. The tempos are great, very good tempos. You could push it a little, but it's totally up to you. You play it very convincingly. It's a great performance, I think. The fugue is a little hard, not the canon or whatever. That can be confusing. I think maybe there you need to interrupt a little more with the opposite hand. When you enter, it can be a little more agitato, instead of just, okay, I'm coming in with the left hand, Comme si, comme ça, it's like you want it pertinent, direct. The second theme, the one in D minor, the second time, could be a little more passionate. It's a little, could be a little complacent. You know what I mean? Like, I would make it a little more intense. The recap, considering the key and the tonality of it compared to the first time around, is a little more intense. The D minor is a little more intense. Other than that, it's just really well executed and beautifully paced. I would love to hear your slow movement. That's one of the most glorious slow movements I think ever written. But anyway, bravo. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Beautiful job. What happened?
Oh, I was on mute. Oh, sorry, I sneezed. So I spared you that. Oh, thank you, Jack. Okay, we're going to move on to Navarre here.
We were waiting the
live show. Sorry.
Yeah.
The floor is yours, Navarre.
Very good, very good. But I wanted to hear you not to show us only technical part as a technique, yeah, but as a improvisation in dynamics, improvisation in the melodic part, even if it is just exercises, yeah, you can lead it and imagine something flowing more than you did, but you did very well, so you can do it better. I think it needs a little bit. Did you ever play Mendelssohn songs without word?
Which one?
Mendelssohn
songs without words.
Songs without word.
No.
Oh, tell to your teacher to do that. Then the concerto will be totally different. Okay? It's very important. Songs without word. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 45 of them or
Anyway,
something. It's really good.
what?
They're like 45 of them. They would be very good preface to the concerto. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Good done.
Good.
Well done.
Good.
Wonderful. And we'll turn this over to Gevorg.
Hi, Lucia. Great. Honestly, I have never conducted this concerto before. I've heard it a few times, not many, few. And it's one of those, what Jag as well said. It's not the most common repertoire, but it's interesting. It sounds very, how do I put it? Appropriate, let's put it this way. And you played it very nice. The sonority, again, I will also use the same word, could be a little bit more there. Connection between the phrases and all, but it doesn't mean that it was not good. It means that you just need to cook it a bit more. And stylistically, what Maestra Navart mentioned about the song without words is that when you actually sing it without words, like imagine the phrases that you're playing, you sing it. Where would you breathe? Where will be your point of breath? So you practice things like that, I guess. But other than that, I also enjoyed it very much. So thank you again for playing something not so commonly performed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gevorg. Okay, so Lucia, did you have anything you wanted to ask the judges or anything you wanted to add?
I just want to say thank you for all the comments. They're very helpful, and I'll try to improve the concerto.
No,
Wonderful.
You're doing great. You're doing
Well, you're on a great path, and I was in New York listening to you perform it for the album recording last week, and I have to say that it was great then, and I can hear a significant amount of improvement. You're on the right path, and thank you for bringing us on that journey with you.
Thank you.
very good.
Thank you. So, we have a little bit of a interval here because we are actually now ahead of schedule. So, to do that, I would like to just highlight a few things that we've been working on in the past and in the recent past. The first thing is our Beethoven Magnificent 9 series. We have a series of, the 9 symphonies that is produced by Architects of Music and narrated by Lawrence Rapchak, and they are wonderful. And they're on our YouTube channel. You should subscribe, check them out, and they go into great depth and are very entertaining, and it's just a whole bunch of information about how these symphonies were created. And then we have the live programs that are a bit of a spin-off of these symphonies with expanded opinions by our own Chris Au and Anna Auspenskaya, who listen to Lawrence's lecture and then give further opinions. And I have to tell you, teachers, they are great filler videos for when you just need to have something extra to do in class and pop on a video, or for a substitute teacher. They're about 30 minutes long each. They're educational, they're funny, and they're entertaining. And we have a couple of clips that we would like to preview of that right now.
It is terse, it is compact. Its dynamic energy is concentrated into a mere 9.5 minutes of music, the shortest opening movement of Beethoven's 9 symphonies. And it's all the more stunning because of the bold, unprecedented way in which it begins. Known to practically every living being on Earth. It's that powerful. And certainly the fifth contains the same sort of revolutionary musical outlook and language as the Eroica. And the Fifth Symphony's main key of C minor definitely evoked powerful creative impulses from the composer, as we saw in the second movement, Funeral March of the Eroica. But I don't know that there's much point in doing any more detective work here. It's all been done by others. Beethoven's iconic opening motive, the group of 4 unison notes, is not something that he necessarily invented for this symphony. Beethoven used this same basic motive for the first movement of his great 4th piano concerto, which also appears in the same sketchbooks with the 5th symphony, the same 4-note pattern. I'm sounding much different, yes? Mozart used the same motive 20 years earlier in the first movement of his equally great C major piano concerto number 25.
Well, that's always a fun project to be a part of, and I was behind the scenes producing the spin-off and just listening and being educated myself, and so they're all there on the YouTube, and we're going to be continuing with that later this season. So stay tuned and enjoy. Now, while we are waiting, we have a special treat for you. We have a clip from our most recent ColORCHESTRA concert featuring Jennifer Savage on piano, playing with the Orquesta Philharmonica Municipal de Guayaquil, and she performed the Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto number 2, I think last week even. So I mean, this is a fresh, hot off the press. We've shown bits and pieces of it, and now we are going to show a little bit more of it. Enjoy. Wow. What a wonderful performance that was. And, I mean, it's always great when we have a little bit of extra to show you, and we had the luxury of extra time. So what a treat to hear one of the final results of our ColORCHESTRA auditions. That's Ms. Jennifer Savage playing the Rachmaninoff Second Concerto in Ecuador just last week. And wow, I mean, I'm floored. It was just a magnificent performance. And many people don't know maybe that she is also managed by Jack Price. And since Jack Price is here, let's bring him back in for a second here, and let's talk about the wonderful Savage pianist we have here. How magnificent was that?
Well, it's just unbelievable playing. I mean, it's just, you're just spellbound. I mean, what a commitment to the music. She's just, there's no fat on the bone, I'll tell you. It's just the most, I don't mean her body, but I mean.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's not, yeah. Anyway, it's just absolutely, I was riveted right out of my seat, and I never am. That's all I mean, it's just so passionate, so gutsy, so perfect. I've never heard the last movement theme like that in my life. I thought Capel was good, but she just blows him out of the water. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, if Bernstein heard that, he would just say, okay, you're going on tour with me all over the place forever and ever. Amen. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning playing, musically, technically. You cannot get closer to perfection. I've always, the minute I heard her play, it's no secret. I've never, I mean, it's just absolutely stunning playing. And everybody, even though it does require a lot of money to promote a career like this and everything, everybody I've suggested her to wants her. And it's a tribute to her talent, to her teacher, to anyone that's been involved with this girl's career. It's just the nurturing, whatever it was. I don't know what it was. I don't know the background too much. I know some of it. I've just never heard any. It's like a bomb going off. I mean, it's just,
it is.
And it's not just so exciting. It's never bombastic. This piano is a piece of garbage. This Milton Berle piano. I mean, what's going on here?
Oh, I don't know.
Uncle Milty would even have a heart attack if he heard it.
But she made it sound amazing.
Oh, she made it sound like the most glorious Mason and Hamlin that I've ever heard in my life. That's my favorite piano. I mean, it's just stunning. I mean, one of the biggest challenges of pianists is that we don't have the luxury of bringing our own instrument with us unless we're rich like Horowitz or Clyburn. And I mean, you have what they have to play on, and you have to make the best out of it. And that's just another skill of a true musical pianist artist. Oh, look, I said it once before. When she finishes playing, there's nothing left of the piano. I mean, she is absolutely a savage. And that is the right name for her. But in a way, she devours the music. She eats it up like the camera eats her up. I mean, it's just like unbelievable playing. And what a package. I have to say, from the management standpoint, there's only one ingredient missing, and you know what that is. It's nothing to do with her. I mean, it's absolutely a package that anybody would want. I can't even talk about it. It's so perfect. Well, it's just perfect.
I mean, they say, in science, when something can't be explained, that it's just a miracle.
No, she's a force of nature for sure.
That's really, definitely. Now,
it's just stunning playing.
I'd love to bring in Navart and Gevorg here to discuss this a little bit. Well, we just have a few more minutes to use. So if we could bring them in now. Hi. Welcome back, Gevorg. Now, you've worked with Jennifer. You recorded part of this with her back in May. And
I did.
Would just love to maybe get your thoughts on maybe that session and then this performance.
Look, there are massive differences between recording and performing, right? There is an audience involved, there is microphones involved with one, there is audience involved in another. In the recording, you know that you can stop and start again. There is this psychological, safety net there. But I must say that when we did it with Jennifer back in May, it was just one of these kind of performances where we didn't stop. You were there, James, yourself.
I was there.
You were the one there.
I was
Czech
in
Republic.
these headphones, these exact headphones, listening through the mixer board and enjoying it all.
in Czech Republic with Martino Philharmonic, I mean, we also have to make sure, I mean, that we compliment the orchestra here, because orchestra was fantastic as well. We did the whole recording in what, one take and a couple of touches. I mean, Jennifer
I believe it was like maybe 2 touches, and and it was the first thing that we did in that entire session. I mean, it was we did the sound check and then we just went, and I mean at 8 a.m. all of us except maybe you still on different time zones, and and we just in the orchestra obviously, but we were done well before 9 a.m. I remember. I mean, I have the notes. I just prepped it for the album not too long ago, and I looked at the timestamps. I was like, wow, we got through that fast.
I remember that too, and I remember that we had many other recordings coming up, so this was, I thought, will be the most difficult one to go through, and then we just cracked it. I mean, thanks to Jennifer, obviously. So she's quite a musician, and also a fun person to be around.
Indeed. Navar, did you have any
which is also important
you wanted to share? It is.
Well, I am under shock. I never heard before. Yeah. I never heard before. It's amazing. Something she has a forces nature. So it sings, it's jerking, it's dancing, it's crying, it's everything. Yeah. And unfortunately, the piano was very, very small. It needs the big, one. Yeah. But anyway, she did it very well, even on that piano. I have nothing to add. I have nothing to say more than Jacques and Georg said.
Virtuosos.
First time I heard. Sorry?
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I thought you were ending. Go ahead.
Well, I have nothing to say because I'm under shock. It's very,
I wanted to say, well, it's absolutely shocking playing. Virtuosos come and go all the time. This one is going to stay. I mean, if there's any justice in the music world, and I know there's not much, I mean, she's going to soar above all others. She is absolutely stunning musician, pianist, person. Like Gevorg said, she's just very humble, by the way, almost to a fault. Self-effacing, you want to say that. I almost would say self-deprecating, but let's not go that far.
No,
but you know, the thing is, she's very critical of herself, and
that's important.
It's the mark of an incredible. I mean, it's just the body of her sound, just the sound alone, much less the placement of that sound.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just on that piano. She can do anything she wants. I've heard her play Sixth Hungarian Rhapsody, definitive, E minor partita, definitive. And these were years ago when she was even much young. I mean, it's all been there. Her 109, unbelievable. Beethoven.
Well, the Saint-Saëns, she played at Carnegie last year. I think that's what brought her into price attractions originally.
Yeah, but it was a combination of, I would say, her Liszt Hungarian Rhapsody. What do you call it? Yeah. No. Her Liszt Spanish Rhapsody.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard that. I'll have to hear that.
Oh, it's incredible. It's just like on her living room piano. It's a video she made.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like she's 11 years old too. When you look at not that scene, but when you look at her and she's talking to you, I mean, I think I'm talking to an 11-year-old, not because she's juvenile or anything, but she looks so young to have those kind of thoughts. The psychological demands of the pieces she plays are, I mean, have you heard her play the B flat minor prelude and fugue? It's absolutely transcendental. The one with the 5-voice fugue, I think.
Yeah, I know the fugue. I haven't heard her.
That's gorgeous. I mean,
I can only imagine, especially based off of this last performance. And she's going to be in Lviv on Friday, Ukraine, performing Gershwin Concerto in F.
She learned the piece in 10 days or maybe 8 days. And it's like, I heard it the other day. It's unbelievable playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't care what she says.
I want to hear it.
It's absolutely, I don't even like that concerto. I think it's a pile. But I mean, it's like
it's a crowd pleaser.
Rhapsody is a great piece, but the F major concerto, I think, can take it or leave it. But I guess the Ukrainians need some American music,
Yeah. Well, I mean, music and culture. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, just in the enjoyment and the interpretation from different ends of the world and how it's delivered and how it's received, and we just keep the art going here. And it really is through the enthusiasm of the teachers, the artist managers, and the judges here today, of just the whole arc of where we're going in the path and all that. So we really appreciate everything that every one of you have done, including judges here today, and our wonderful broadcast team for just putting this video up here in the middle. But I understand that we are ready to move forward with the auditions here. We have Phang in the studio, and we'll be skipping ahead. She is scheduled as our last person, but we still have one more after her. So we're going to skip ahead here. She'll be performing the first 2 movements of the Liszt E-flat major piano concerto. She's here in the studio. She's ready to go, and we're welcoming her to the virtual stage. Break a leg, May.
Hızlı che cantare.
Bravo.
Fantastic performance.
Bravo. Yes, yes, wonderful. So
Incredible.
great to hear you, and thank you for bringing that to our stage. And
Wow.
I would love to turn this over to Navart first.
Hello. I love very much what's going on.
Our
What's
technical
going on with the
fix.
sound? Okay.
Yeah, just give us a
I
second.
love very much the colors you made. Even if the piano is very for this concerto. I think your imagination worked very good with the Liszt style and colors and ideas, and you played all delicacy places very delicate, but you can make more deep the hard parts. You must really make a big difference. This is what he was. Yeah, otherwise it's good, great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Navart. Let's have Jack Price next.
I thought it was incredible playing. I mean, technically, totally perfect. I mean, one little thing maybe. I mean, it was just all the right sounds, everything. It's just fantastic Liszt flat. I don't think I've heard it better. This concerto is really tough in a way to really make music out of it in a way. The A major is a little easier. It's much more, I think, a more mature work. But on the other hand, the way she played it, it was just, the way you played it, May, was absolutely phenomenal and kind of ferocious at times. You know, it was just, you're taking chances like crazy. It's just fantastic playing. All of that, you know, that stuff coming down in the sixth. I mean, the right sound and yet stunning display of virtuosity. It was, I've never heard it. You know, I've heard everybody play this piece, Bolette and Earl Wild and all these. It's really, I've never heard it better. So coloristically advanced and coordinated, the hands. I mean, I've heard you play F minor ballade and things like that. And then this is just Goldberg variations. What is it? You can play anything. It's really quite stunning playing. Absolutely stunning.
You've stunned Jack Price.
Very moving too. I was very moved by the, you know, the ruminative passages, even amidst a very brilliant piece. You just, all of it was just, yeah, it was just, I don't know what to say. It was fantastic playing.
Oh, thank you, Jack. We have Gevorg.
Good evening. Hi, mate. Yes, I kind of agree with Jack. No, not kind of. I fully agree. It was very nice, very different, very full of colors. My perception of your playing was intense, but not brutal. You know,
Yeah.
It was intense. There was a lot of colors. There was a lot of texture. If I can bring metaphor, it will be like you go with a spoon in honey. You know, and the honey is like difficult, a little bit, you know, it's smooth, but it takes some time to go. So this was the feeling I was getting. Maybe it's because it's just past midnight, that's why as well, but in my location. But and also I like the piano. It's not a Steinway, I guess. It's something, I don't know what is it, but it looks like it's a bit aged instrument, and it has that nice how do I put, mature sound coming out of it. Yeah, I would love to see it with a collaborative pianist or with orchestra, of course. But even this, Redemption was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. May,
Great,
did
fine.
you have any questions you wanted to ask the judge or anything you wanted to add?
So actually, Navart, you were saying that perhaps you wanted more contrasts with the
Yeah, yeah.
dominant
That's what I mean. Yeah.
part.
So if the contrast is like this, open it.
Mm.
Yeah. It can go with Liszt. There is no problem.
Did you mean the temperament, or did you mean the volume per se?
It can be dynamic and color, both. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that piano can give anymore.
No, of
You
course
know.
not. I don't speak about
Yeah.
this piano, but in general.
Yeah.
In general, think about
I'm,
it.
Okay.
It will be
but
very, very imaginative and very better than.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah, I mean, it's a little mellow, right? The piano, but you played the crap out of it. It was fantastic.
No, it's
I mean,
yeah, it's okay.
yeah, just fantastic. I mean, I see what she's saying for sure, but I've heard it on really kind of brittle pianos, and it makes the piece sound raucous,
Mhm.
and you can control a brittle piano, of course, to some extent, but this one is harder because you have to bring it out. You have to draw the sound out. I thought it was an incredible job of pulling the sound out, and the gymnastics and everything was pretty damn good. It was really, yeah, it was really
Nice.
it was real Liszt. See, Liszt is underrated, and you make him sound like a god. It's great. It's really great.
Wonderful. So, did you have any other questions you wanted to ask?
No, I think it's okay for now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
public
Okay.
forum.
Where are you, May?
Right now, I'm in Greencastle, Indiana.
Greencastle, Indiana. Where is Greencastle? I've heard of
Indiana.
Bloomington, but
Yes, I'm 1 hour north of Bloomington.
North of Bloomington. Okay, in the Central Time Zone.
No, Eastern.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's still at the edge of the Eastern Time Zone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Can I ask
Wonderful.
another question?
Go
So,
for it.
May, you're a good teacher, aren't you?
That depends who you ask.
Oh, come on. I can tell you must be a fantastic teacher, because you can put it across. It's just, I would like to hear one of your students. I mean, if they're
I
any
would.
good,
Oh, judging by
Yeah, I
that
would-
playing, I think she's
Yeah, I
probably got
think-
a strong studio.
Yeah, she must really be a great teacher. I don't know,
Indeed.
but depends on the student, but she sounds like she can just show you anything she's doing. It's very, very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. Well, May, thank you for coming in today and for bringing this beautiful rendition of the Liszt to us
No, it's
here.
really good.
We wish you all the best, and we hope to hear more from you in the future.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Indeed.
Cool.
All right. So we are still a little bit ahead of schedule on the auditions, and our last person is here getting set up with our tech director right now. So it'll just be a few more moments before she is ready to come in and play Liszt second piano concerto. But I figured it would take just a moment to let you know how exactly we set up everybody to play on these broadcasts by remote, because it's not just as easy as like turning on your computer, hooking up a camera and microphone and flipping it on like we do on Zoom for virtual meetings and all that. It's a bit more complex than that. We have the StreamYard system, which is wonderful and lets us hone in sound, unfiltered, unprocessed sound, and with clear pictures. The only thing you really need on your end is, well, good equipment and good Wi-Fi or good internet connection, even if it's land-based, which we still recommend. But to get everything hooked in from your own computer to this StreamYard system can be an Olympic event depending on your equipment and where you might be. And we have a wonderful tech team that has mastered the art of helping almost anybody figure out how to hook their laptops and desktops up to the system to sound great. And that all comes with part of our audition package. We have a behind the scenes video of a tech session that we would love to show you now to just give you that little insight as to what everybody does before their audition. Enjoy.
Go to the bottom middle, there should be a setting called Cam Mic. Go to the audio tab. And there should be a setting called Stereo Audio. Can you turn that on by clicking on it? Is it on now?
Yep.
Does it ask you to refresh or no?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And then go to the camera tab in there on the left. And then click on Show Advanced Options and make sure that you have the highest resolution selected.
Okay. Sorry? Can you go again to cam mic settings? I'm not sure that you are stereo settings, that you have the right settings. Yeah, you should turn stereo audio on. Stereo audio should be on and echo cancellation off. Yeah, okay, great, thanks. Your microphone is very good, but it shouldn't stay on the piano. I think it's touching the piano. Can it be moved?
This tiny bit is...
Yeah, it shouldn't touch any of the piano because of the vibrations. Yeah, it's still... Sorry. Let's try to take it outside of the piano. It's too much inside the piano, yeah. It's speaking too much.
Can we raise the camera so it's looking a little bit higher from above, as opposed to like this? And maybe a little bit in distance so we can see full piano a little bit farther away.
Farther away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now you can see the lights.
That's okay, we can move the lights out of the frame.
Yeah.
So mic's getting overloaded a bit. What kind of mic are you using?
A USB mic.
Does it have a gain on it?
No, it just has like a mute on it. Now I can adjust the slider on my end.
Yeah, the slider on StreamYard isn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the gain of the mic, so you would have to go to the computer settings for that. It'll be audio settings.
Yeah, on the sound.
And then when you get there, there'll be a tab, input and output tabs.
Yeah.
And you want to go to the input, and then the volume slider on there, you want to lower like by, I don't know, 30%.
Are we sure it's on? Can you just tap on it? Yeah. I think it is. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay. I would recommend... Great, it's a hard piece. I'm also a pianist, so...
Yes, very difficult.
I would recommend, so we lower just like 4x4. So it should be 56 or something like that. Just for safety, because you have a lot of fortissimos in this piece.
Yes.
Can you distance the microphone a little bit further away and then raise the gain? Perfect. Okay, let's keep it like that. That's nice.
Yes. So you can see, excuse me, a lot goes in to prepping, and we usually do these on private sessions a few days before the auditions, because that's the last thing that you want everyone to worry about like crazy is getting their tech set up. Oh no, and then have to go up there and perform with a clear mind. And it's so all part of the package. You come into audition, you get to work with our tech, and then you get to figure out how to work your computer better for stuff like this for life. Just by working with our fabulous team. And you can see in there that we don't just make sure everything plugs in and is working. We make sure that it looks good, that it sounds good. We make recommendations for better equipment as needed, and then there's still time to get that all figured out, so that when you come in the day of the audition, we pretty much just have to make sure that everything's just back where it should be, turn it on, relax, and then enjoy the audition. And then you hear the end result. And sometimes in live performance, things happen, things don't connect right, Wi-Fi gets weird. And if you were watching the last session, you heard that there was an issue where the mics weren't quite lined up on one of the auditions, and we sent them back to the tech. We have the tech here on the audition, and within just a few minutes, we had it all up and running again. And right now, our tech experts are working with our next performer, and as soon as they enter this room, we will proceed with that audition. But it's funny, I have a funny tech story that I just thought of that I would like to share, and I think if we could bring Jack Price on for a minute, because I think this will be a fun time to discuss how we originally got you set up for tech.
Oh, that was impossible. Well, you don't want to set me up for tech, because I just start screaming,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was the fun part. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly the most what is the word? Patient man.
Neither am I, which is why I think that this can be funny.
No, I liked your comment, because I was ranting and raving. You go, Richie, you're not listening to me.
Yeah.
And it's true. I wasn't. I was just screaming. I can't stand tech stuff. I can't stand it.
Well,
I mean,
the thing I remember the most is just like, well, where does this thing plug into? I can't see what you're holding. What do you mean you can't see it? I'm like, you got to hold it in front of the camera. Oh, yeah.
But as you can see, I've acclimated to a very nice set here. You see, with the
you have a beautiful
sculptures.
Set here.
Yeah, I don't even use a green screen anymore. I have overcome the green screen. You see,
indeed, yeah,
indeed.
You have the beautiful piano with those pictures behind you and all that.
Yeah, this is the Raspberry Steinway. Did you know that?
Why is it the Raspberry Steinway? Because you're wearing a red shirt?
No. It was Gregor Piatigorsky's piano, and a woman named Norma Townsend used to play for him, accompany him in Phoenix. And so it's a 9-foot, and it has some very special canon-like qualities,
Wow.
If you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a
canon. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's quite the piano. But anyway, It was Piatigorsky's piano, and Raspberry was her husband's name that bought it from Piatigorsky. So we call it the Raspberry Steinway. Yeah.
Oh, how neat. That's a wonderful story. Yeah, and you know what? And the end result is our techs even got Jack Price set up here.
Yeah, if you can get me set up, then anyone can play this game. That's
exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, indeed. Well, and speaking of getting everyone set up, I believe our final contestant of the session is set and ready to go. We have Halida Dinova in the studio, ready to play the Liszt Second Piano Concerto in A major, and we are very excited to hear her. Break a leg. Welcome to the virtual stage, Halida.
Now, from letter P.
Bravo, Halida. Bravo. Glorious. And thank you for bringing that to our stage here. We will turn this over to the judges. How about Navart? Would you like to go first?
Whoa. Hello. I liked it very much because first, technically, it seems to me very good. And the next thing that you made the distance between high part of the piano and that's all small things, very, very tiny, and basses. Even if even we had some problems of hearing because the sound that was not very, very good, but we can hear the difference. I like it very much. It's very delicate. It was very clear. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Navart. How about Jack Price?
Oh.
Well, Halida, that was a great performance. Very, it's like your Brahms B flat. It's really, quite phenomenal. I think that the conception is rock solid. I feel the color is beautiful. It's very exciting. You play it the way the piece is written. I mean, your stamp on it. It's just tremendous playing. I would just say one thing. The beginning, can you hear me? Halida.
I don't think she can.
She can't hear me. Okay.
Nah.
But anyway, I'll just say it. Get a little sleepy here because of the
it's been a long day so far.
There's a lot of piano. Yeah. A lot of A major, a lot of E flat, a lot of A, whatever the keys were. Anyway, the opening, I think, this Tristan type opening, Georg and without Liszt, there was no Wagner as far as I'm concerned. So you have this fabulous chord progression, which I think she played the orchestra part. I think it could move more, and the solo clarinet coming down should be more improvisatory, and therefore setting the piano up to move these A major, F major, E flat, or whatever arpeggiations quicker to the top instead of everything more like this kind of flowing opening, because it matches the finger work that's about to come later, the dolcissimo, which she played absolutely great. It's just a matter of taste, I suppose. A lot of people play this opening very slow. I feel it could move, but it's a matter of interpretation. And then from then on, it was ferocious. I think, Halida, you could play more da-dum, brim, da-dum, brim, da-dum, brim, da-dum, brim. Those inner notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, could be more. I mean, you're playing them all, but they could be more articulate and heavier, so that we know what's going on there, instead of it sounds like sometimes just a bunch of grunting instead of that being melodic as well, not just da-dum, ba-dum, 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 but da-dum, brim, da-dum, brim, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Of course, that makes it harder, but you can handle it because you're a virtuoso, There was absolutely, all of the episodes were great. This is a very hard concerto to play like this for conductors with no second piano. It sounds like, it's really quite spectacular with the orchestra, but alone like that, she really, that's difficult to play Liszt A major with no accompaniment, because it's part of the fabric of the piece. The orchestral part is so key to this piece, whereas in the E flat, it's not. It's just kind of like a few chords here and there, but this one, it's really quite a piece. And I thought it was remarkable that she put it across. And then all of the octave passages with single notes in the right hand and then alternating in the left were all very, very full, exciting. Halida, can you hear me? No. Okay.
She's muted.
No, Halida can hear me?
Oh, she's nodding. Okay, yeah, she can hear you.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so, Halida, I think this could be more ferocious instead of, yeah, you play it all, but you could really get a big sound by, well, you know how to play, so there's no point in going into that. You know what I mean? Just get a bigger sound. Instead of it super fast, you could make it, I guess, more pregnant, weightier sound. A weightier sound. The slow movement, beautiful. All of this, the flute solo. You gave time for the flutist. It was excellent. All your filigree in double notes. Da da dee da 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 da. Excellent, phenomenal. And then the coda was really quite fast. Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, it was really flowing, and your thirds and everything, just beautiful sound. It's not very hard for you, is it?
She makes it sound easy.
Yeah, it's like tossed. It's quite tossed off, which I guess is absolutely the way it should be. It should be done. There's not much suffering there. It was just really tossed off. Beautiful, fantastic playing.
Yes, thank you, Jack. Gevorg.
Hi. Good evening, Halida. Thank you for playing this concerto. Halfway, I was actually wondering which museum are you in, and what are the beautiful artworks behind you, the visual arts, and looks Renaissance-ish, but maybe it's not.
Halida, I believe you're muted. If you click the unmute button at the bottom of your screen, then we can hear you talking. It would be on your computer. There we go. Yeah.
Artwork behind the piano. What is the art?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I am in the Alan Malay. It is Alan Malay, this Englishman, and last of his life he was in the United States, and we like this period. My husband Jimmy, can you describe
Jimmy?
But
Yeah, this is American artist.
look, he's English.
nice.
English, yeah. He's Englishman. Jimmy, can you go here to speak?
Yeah, it's English. The artwork. Yes.
Hi.
Sit here.
Yeah.
We got everyone here. It's a party.
I think we uncovered another realm of making music with the arts.
Yeah.
So, sir, if this is your works, I'm astonished. I'm very very moved, very inspired.
Yes.
These are, no,
He's a host of mine.
this is just our little
You are the
house
host.
here, which we
It's
put
still
in-
very inspiring. It's
we
still very
created
inspiring.
salon.
Yeah, they created a Lake Erie concert hall salon with those. They purchased
Salon.
those paintings from English artists.
You can show this.
Yes,
Right,
and
right.
Jeff showed them this Lake Erie recital hall.
Yeah.
And call it
Beautiful.
Lake Erie recital hall. There's for little concerts, house concerts.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
family is very spiritual, and
We've done 23 recitals here.
they have done 23
Amazing.
recitals in this room.
More to
Oh,
come.
nice.
More to come. I'm
Yes.
sure you'll have more to come,
Yes.
and all the
you
best
should
with that.
broadcast. You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
broadcast from there,
Yeah.
James.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
If we turn back to Liszt, yeah, it was very interesting to hear it without orchestra.
Yeah.
Jack put it very, very, very clearly. It's very challenging for conductors to listen to it without the orchestra, because we are where people who make things more like all together, difficult.
You can just sing the part of the orchestra in your head. There's no problem.
Yeah. That's
yes. I
yeah,
just
of
played
course,
it
no
in
problem.
October.
But,
It's
that's what I did.
I played it with the orchestra. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. That's what I have to do. But this particular concerto is also quite interesting. So, look, and what I don't know about the technical part. It looked a bit rough to me, but then at some parts you were doing very sonoric, so that was also very nice. So I will refrain from any technical comments here, but I say I was trying to also understand your story. What is it you are trying to say? There are many directions my thoughts were going. Like, are you bringing some emotion? Which kind of emotion are you in? If there's one thing that I would recommend more obvious is more. I would say that emotional expression. I know we were not seeing your face, but I can feel from the body language as well. So yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I'm very, very moved, very impressed. So beautiful. Thank you. All good.
Yeah. Thank you, Halida. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask or anything you wanted to add?
No. Regarding the story, I think it's about light side, the lyrical side, which is, Mephistophelian side, and Margarita side, very classical. This beautiful love theme in D flat major, which comes in the cello, which, by the way, I couldn't play because without cello it's absolutely meaningless.
That's what I meant.
Middle, yes. Yeah. And of course, ferocious part, which is Mephistopheles, and I was so afraid to be overly heavy. That's why ta-da-dam, I tried to play as soft as I could. Just bring up ta-dam, pa-bam, 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 just directional roll. Yeah.
Well,
right.
Well, we certainly enjoyed hearing you. And
Indeed.
we thank you for bringing this to our stage today, and hope to hear more from you in the future, and wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you
very grateful
as well.
to be here. Yeah, thank you.
As well.
Thanks,
and
Halida.
this
Great.
Halida was our final contestant of this session. We still have more to come. This afternoon, you heard auditions for the Bohuslav Martinu Philharmonic, the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra. And just in about 2.5 hours, we have one more session for the Slovak Sinfonietta Zilina, and we have 2 wonderful contestants for that. So tune in at 7. And the best way to find that is to go down at the bottom when you're watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll get notified as soon as that's on. Yes, we are streaming on all major platforms here. YouTube is interactive. You can leave a comment and leave some nice words for the performers. But we're also on Vimeo, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all of them. And we definitely can't do this without our supporters. Thank you, supporters, for all that you pour into this here. And the supporters extend to all of the orchestras that we're auditioning for today as well, and all of their venues, as you get to see the wonderful performance from Jennifer Savage earlier, playing the Rock 2 in Ecuador. And there was such a beautiful venue, and we wouldn't have concerts without beautiful venues and great resources as well. And it just doesn't the support that we need to do what we're doing and keep the art alive just never stops. And including support, I must thank our fabulous tech team who has gone leaps and bounds to this broadcast today. We have Frane Rasinovich back there doing all of the technical stuff, making everybody sound the best that they can with their own equipment. And we have Ante Botric-Kutridge here flipping switches and showing all these cards, and Kristin Pelagi as well assisting him. And we have our hosts and our judges. Can we bring the judges back for a second here? I must thank all the judges for sitting here, listening, and sharing all of the wisdom and all that. And they're all on different time zones as well. Thank you, judges. And Navart, it's got to be like, what, midnight, 10 o'clock by you?
2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning? My goodness. And Gevorg, you're probably pretty close to that.
about the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I cannot make any more. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate.
I'm exhausted.
We really appreciate you being here, and Jack Price. I mean, he's the only one who's like still like just ready for a late lunch here. I'm ready for dinner here. Jack is in California. I'm in New York State, and we all come together from different time zones and make this happen all at once. And thank you again for all of your time and dedication. With that, it is time to sign off, but we will see you here at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Slovak Sinfonietta Zilina auditions, and we cannot wait. So, I'm James Welch here for Virtual Concert Halls and Progressive Musicians saying, have a great evening. We'll see you soon. Bye.